Holy smokes, I got a thumbs up, but nobody's watching. Oh, there's somebody watching. I don't even know. I don't go live too often. Let's see. Hmm. Who do I got in here today? Oh, I guess I don't even know if I can have that loud. They probably ban that. Mm-hmm. Hey there, Henry. You would think I would roll some, but uh Keith would. This is Thomas. This is hey Larry, how you doing? How you doing? Henry Stanislavski. I saw you were on here. I don't think we've met before. I don't even think you've raced here. This is Thomas with Low Country Diecast Racing League. This is Boomtown over here. Do we got? Well, we had Boomtown, Main Street Drags, and when the Pro Street Outlaws was over there, and then I had the 4-lane Boomtown Dragway, and I also had Boomtown Speedway, which is a dirt track. Um, I say had because I have them all, but they're all in some form of disrepair. Um, my son's gotten hot and heavy into sports now that he's in middle school, and that's all I focus on. As a matter of fact, it's funny. The reason why I'm live right now is because basically I tore not all of it, but Main Street Drags. I tore it down today. Not all of it, down to the bridge. Um, One of the problems is when I started adding, making tracks bigger and removing tracks, I just have a lot of stuff. I have a lot of stuff. And one of the main problems is I have a 68 Mustang sitting in my garage that it's in it's not worth investing thousands into, but I'm not because there are so few left. I can't afford just to let this one sit outside and rot. So I'm in the middle of a pickle here when it comes to that, but it takes up a lot of room in my garage. So everything's up against one wall. But one thing I do is make everything modular. Like the Speedway, I was able to take it down without totally destroying it. But and I'm just rambling here, guys. That's all this is. I'm just talking. I've been having a diecast. I don't know. I'm 50 years old, guys, and I've been doing this for about 5 years, and I was good for a while, and I watched a lot of good guys come and a lot of good guys go, and I don't know. It's just time. It's just time, and I try to tell everybody that. Everybody talks about money being the greatest commodity, everything. Oh, time. No, it's time. It's time. You're limited on time. So you got to determine what goes where and allocate it how you would. And I still do diecast. As a matter of fact, that's kind of why I'm live now. Like I said, I tore down the track, and I'll show you guys in a minute if I can walk my way over there. Hey, Clay, how you doing, bud? I like what you're doing, by the way. I'm glad you're on here. I like what you're doing over there. I guess where you at? Are you Oregon? Is that where you're at? But I do like your channel. I added it. You're kind of doing what I always envisioned doing. If you go back and look at our playlist, some of our older stuff, it was Fat Track at Mac Mountain, but it was recorded live. We thought when we first started, we thought we were gonna go live on YouTube just because we wanted to, and we learned that is not the case. So we record it live and then post it later on. But you and Craigster and Dale. Oh, Minnesota. There you go. I knew it was one of those other places. Larry Stipe. Like I said, Larry and Henry Stanislavski. I see you guys on all the chats and all the racing pages and in the comments, but I didn't know if you guys raced or not. Hey there, Tim. I didn't expect you to be on. By the way, I don't know if you guys see this. I'm going to zoom in there or not. Hey, thanks, Henry. I appreciate that. I 3D printed that. That's many pieces, but Those are working garage doors. It's got back door in the back. I don't know. I'm getting better at this 3D printing thing, but I figured. So, like I said, I don't really die cast as hard as well as I used to, but I'm still out here. I've been out here. We had storms rolling through today, and like I said, I came out here and tore down the track and all the diorama. I do plan on putting it back up, just a little better than it was. Um, but yeah, so I've been building this, and what's got me going is I want to go back street stock racing again. You know me and my street stocks, but take a look at this bad boy right there. I don't know if you can see it. I'll try to put some light on that guy. Let's see. But yeah, let me turn the lights on. Why not? Oh man, you can see all my mess. My workbench is so disgusting. I can't work. My whole garage is. My whole work area is disgusting. Oh, let's turn on maybe some backlighting. There we go. All right, well, that sucks that it's that blurry. Let's see, back it up a little bit. There we go. There you go. Oh, there you go. I'm glad people are still doing that with the whole new builders. And man, when I started, people were doing like pro-ams, but it's hard to know who's a pro anymore with everybody dropping out. But there you go. Like I said, remember, I don't know if you guys know, but if go back, the Street Stock series was my baby. And one of the rules was it had to have wide tires on the bottom, right? So there they go. It's got the wides all the way around. Put some axle tubes in the back. Narrowed the front a little bit. 69 Mustang. Oh, get down there. I still got some work to do. This is going to get his custom paint job, but I plan on bringing the Speedway back. I really am. I'm bringing everything back. I just, that 4-lane track, I wasn't happy with it. My timer guide kind of, yeah, I hear you, Henry. Appreciate that. Hey, Derek, what's going on, Big Bishop? Yeah. Well, I love Keith. Keith is probably one of the fastest builders I know. Between him, JAC, Blue Line, and those are the fastest. And now Arlo, man, I don't know, man. He just went from just entering more races than everybody else to entering them and winning them. I'm very impressed with. I can't say enough about Mr. Lopez. And Tim, it's a shame. I hope Tim, are you retired, bro? Seriously? Are you going away or are you just taking a break? I was just curious because I've thought about it many a times. But I got too much invested in this, and it's my safe space. So I can't quit. I just can't devote as much time. But yeah, man, I buy diorama like crazy. I'm 3D printing stuff. Oh my God, what else? I don't know, the light's something else in here. There we go. Yeah, well, I used to use those clear wheels too, but I mean, clear wheels, they're clear, but they're still HO5, so I know, Tim, but god dang, if that's what competition is, it's supposed to breed you to do more, not drive you to quit. But I understand where you're coming from, brother. I really do. I really do. Man, I'm bouncing back and forth because I'm thinking about one topic, thinking about quitting, and then I'm talking to Tim and Henry, and I don't usually go live. This is something else I built, like that was the street stock. This is some skinnies I'm putting on the car. It's actually this car. It was that guy right there. I don't know if you guys can see that. That was another one in the FPD workshop over there. It came with some smalls on it, what I didn't like. And I do like these new wheels. I was going to show everybody. I thought they were going to look snazzy on it. They come on a lot of cars. And these white ones, I don't remember what they came on. But this style are coming like the small blocks and stuff like that. Well, I worked them pretty good. I got them spinning pretty good. And I know everybody says wheel spin don't mean nothing anymore. But man, God, if you can get 16, 20-second wheel spin, you'd think you'd be fast. But unfortunately, with the chin spoiler on the bottom of this and how low it is. And I took a lot of curve out of my track. I mean, like, there's no 135-degree bend. I don't know. But either way, that chin spoiler down there with the little wheels, man, it just rubbed the center of the track. So it never be fast. And like I said, if it's going around 3D printed turns and stuff with that chin spoiler, that low to the ground's good, but not if it's dragging. So now I'm putting these mediums on there. I don't know if it's going to do anything. I don't have the speed secret some of you guys have, but I am still building. And I saw this one. Here's another one I'm working on. Thought you guys might appreciate. This is the Ford Maverick. I don't drift or something. I got a couple of them. What's it called? Oh, great. I don't know. That is one of the Ford. It's a Ford Maverick Drift, I think. Yeah, Ford Maverick Custom 22. I just thought it was a cool looking truck, and I don't know why, but the ones with the chin spoilers, they do something for me. I don't know why. All of them do, but it had wides in the back, so currently building me a set of axle tubes to go in the back of that so don't take the wides off. Remember back in the day when everybody did axle tube videos, Chris Rabb and League of Speed? Man, when we first started, I thought you had to have axle tubes to be fast. Like, you just took the axles off because they were crap and made axle tubes. Well, little did I know, it's just a lot of extra work for almost no reason. So, what else? I got another topic. Oh, here's my fastest stock. I know it don't look like it. I don't race stocks. I don't have stocks. But this guy here's my benchmark. He's like 34 grams, this little cougar. And I've sanded him many a times. I've had graphite, oil. I've had alcohol, graphite, oil, different types of oil, silicone. And he's always just kind of run the same speed, but he's just smooth as a gnat's ass. I mean, he's not fast like compared to anybody else's stuff. He'd never win anything. But when it comes to, after I do my mods, what I basically do is after I modify a car, I don't put any weight in it. I put the body back together and run it against this guy. And if he can compete with this guy, then we're getting somewhere. Then maybe my mods were worth the shit. But a lot of times, they don't. Yeah. Well, most of the time, believe it or not, I start clear wheels. Kind of like I said, when it comes to how the races I put on and the ideas I usually have, the races I put on are races I want to be in, and it sucks because I can't be in the races I put on because it's not fair. If you're gonna charge an entry fee, I get it. Now, if I go back to street stock racing or NASCAR racing, you guys are gonna have to suck it up because I'm in those. But yeah, clear wheels, just clear and orange and brown. They don't represent the look I'm going for. I like realism as much as possible. I try to make the racing appear as real, even if it's not as possible. And clear wheels just don't do it for me. Orange wheels. But yeah, so what do you guys want to talk about? Like I said, axle jigs. I was gonna tell you guys that I got a guy at work. He's 53, and I tell select people about my hobby. Well, I don't know. That's not true. I tell them, but I hope they don't find out about it on their own. But yeah, I've been showing him, and he's all for my, and just like, oh yeah, I'm just for my kids. I'm just interested. Excuse me, drop something for my kids. But then I started explaining just the whole idea of modifying Hot Wheels to make them fast. And I guess where I should really start is tell everybody, have you ever seen Pinewood Derby? Because the whole gravity thing just blows their mind that they're not remote controlled or whatever. But yeah, and then to get into it. So I'm getting ready to tear down my 4-lane track. And I'm trying to build it to where I can take it with me. And I want to set it up at work in the garage after work and bring some cars in and let them see what's going on, and maybe even hold a class. And I think I'm going to start doing that out in public. Um, it's a little bit of effort, and I got to find time because we're always out of town for my. What does everybody? So that's what I plan on doing. I just got to find time. It's more time to grow the brand. Now, I just saw that, and I don't know how to make the comments come up on here. I'm never blonde. I'm never on here, so I'm trying to see. Somebody asked. Yeah, I know, right? Right. So I was about to bring that up. I was about to say, what does everybody use for? There you go, Henry. That's what it is. What does everybody? I use JB Quick. The best stuff in the world. You can modify bodies with it. I mean, if you need to fill in holes, it works for everything, and it dries in, I don't know, 10 minutes, and you can rock and roll. And then you can cut it out and go with the next. This JB Quick, man. It's JB Weld, but a tenth of the time. There you go, Zizzer. But yeah, so I was asking about axle jigs, and so I was gonna say when I first started, the axle jigs I had were 3D Brop Maker, I guess, was putting them out, and Redline Derby was putting them out. They were black. You put your wheels on them, and then you would turn your car upside down. So you'd have your this set up there, and then you would turn your base upside down. There you go, F-150 base. Like that, and then had your JB Weld on there already, and that's what I couldn't understand is how we could do that with the JB Weld. Let me turn that down. There we go. Ugh, I got it too tight. Everything's too tight. So yeah, you'd put that on the axle jig, and then you put the weight on there, and it would dry, and you'd be good. But it was horrible for setting left and right and not getting JB Weld all over your axles. Then I've had this epiphany. Frank over at not Redline, Frank at Red Pill Racing. He should he had this contraption. It was a 2x4 and rubber bands basically, and so I made my own design and I came out with it. This was the actual, and I still use it to this day. This is one of the best iterations. So you basically set it up like this. It's got these grooves underneath for you to put your rubber bands in. And I know other people have come up, like I know a couple people have some cool ones with very similar to this. But I 3D printed these, and I gave one to Keith, and we still use them to this day. But I'll show you. So yeah, I designed it and 3D printed it, and printed one for me and one for Keith, and that's still to this day what we use. But here's basically the idea of it. And then so the rubber bands ensure that the gap between your chassis base and your wheel hub are the same because it's the same size rubber band on both sides. That way, now you got your gap distance the same, and it's pulling down tight. So and then you can JB Weld from the top, and the JB Weld don't get anywhere. So basically, like that. That's basically it. This is basically my version of what Mr. Frank from Red Pill. Now, like I said, I know some people like the guys at Commotion, and I think even Blue Line. They got a cool one with it's a little taller, I think. And I keep trying to make mine smaller. I've got like 8 versions. I'm like on Rev 6 of this right now. I'm going to show you that too. But I think theirs got like not bearings, but almost pulleys or bearings over here screwed into the side that the rubber bands go in. That looks pretty good. I think those were always pretty damn cool. So I was going to show you. So then I did a couple more. Now I got this 3D printer and things are pretty much rocking. But so this ain't the prettiest color, but I'm going to show you. I'm going to show it off. Let me try to make some room. I work in filth, guys. I scatterbrain, and I have 38 or 40 projects going on at once. And that's how I've always been. And everything gets accomplished, but it just might take forever. So anywho, let me show you this. This is something else. There we go, back on. Put him back in the garage. There we go. I think, don't that guy look cool? Don't it look like he's going to go around the track. 68 Mustang, 69 Mustang. I'm gonna throw some paint, and I'm gonna make rules where you gotta have a window net and all that stuff. It's gonna be cool. But let's put them back in the garage and take those off of those wheels so we don't mess those up. So this is pretty cool. And again, this is version 6, but it's gonna have to get scaled up even more. Yeah, I know, buddy. So basically, this is the same thing, just scaled down as small as I can make it. So this one has a lot of versatility built into it. So as you can see, these slide, right? These are to hold the car forward and back. And I'll show you that in a minute. Now, I still have the notches underneath to do it the old school way. Now, I've narrowed that a little bit to make sure it fits 95% of the cars I've had to build. Also, now I have these. These also slide in and out laterally to hold the car and center it up as much as possible, right? So then once those are in, and like I said, the design's ever evolving. I don't know what I do with I have some blue rubber bands, but basically the blue rubber bands would wrap around holding the car using these clips on the side. They would go over the top. Here, I'll do it with a red one. Hopefully it don't pop on me. But this would hold the car down. Yeah, I still got the same one. I'll take that one apart. Like I said, I'm just talking. I ain't got nothing else to do. There's a storm going on, and we don't put on enough content, and I didn't want people thinking I was dead. Oh, by the way, I found the blue ones now. I found where the blue ones went. I just used them, you dumbass. So basically, this was sitting there like that. And like I said, this is a quick design, and I need to redo it. You see? Oh, crap. Blurry. All right. So anyway, I don't know if you can see that. Hey, bro, you wanna focus or what? I'll give you a finger. There we go. Bam. Now go back there. Okay, so you see how it's holding it forward and aft, and then also left and right, right? And then you would use these rubber bands around here to pull them together to hold it tight, and there's also going to be one connected down here wrapped around the top. Then the ingenious part are these, and I built-in pockets for them. These are little wheel spacers. There's 0.2, and it's usually just a 0.25s, but depending on how much room you need to take up, because you're putting medium wheels on a narrow chassis, you need to space it out or whatever. I've got 0.25s. I got 2 of everything, 0.05, 0.025, and 0.015 on both sides. So you have your forward and so you have the same thing available on either end. You would put your wheels in, and traditionally all it takes is the 0.025 on each side. But you put these in here, and now you don't have to have all the stress pushing down on your axles with the rubber bands, because they're already getting pushed down by this. And they got little, oh great, I just threw it on the floor. Too many energy drinks, but I don't know if you can see that. But there's a little notch on it, like a little hook, and that hook rests on top of the chassis. So I mean, like I said, it's pretty cool and it works. And then you JB welded everything in. You can JB quick it or whatever you want to call it. But basically, you would have all the rubber bands holding everything steady and in place, so nothing moves and everything's aligned. And once you get the same spacers, now you know for a fact the space between the wheels is exactly the same forward and back. And like I said, normally I might have to make this a little narrower because these stick out a little further than I want, or change the design of these a little bit. But normally you would be able to see straight down the side, and those will be, the front wheel and the back will be dead nuts aligned because they got the same gap in it. So I don't know. Like I said, that's my current design. That's what I've been using the past couple builds. But that ain't saying much because my past couple builds have sucked. Ha, bro. The reality of friggin' Diecast is, that's not genius, Henry. Quit flattering me, bro. You already said Killer Kowalski is your top 7 favorite driver. So yeah, man, like I said, I've got so many versions of it I've done. This was based off the original design. And like I said, I got it sloping down like that because there's a lot of exhaust pipes in cars and stuff. And not all cars are the same depth and thickness. So I changed it. I got the wheel spacers I've designed. Like I said, here's another one. That was a cool one. That one's got some wheel spacers in it. Just got to put some end pieces in there. What's up, Mr. Milestone? You fast MNFers. That's another guy catching me. Oh, man, you guys are embarrassing the hell out of me over there. Put on a race. You know what? Funny you should say that, Key. So, do you want to go over there and see what I've done to this friggin' place? I don't know if you want to see it, but look over there. The track is tore down, bro. I just tore it down today. Up to the bridge. I'm going to reconfigure it. It was just too tall. I couldn't reach it. I couldn't reach it. The top of the track, especially with that other track next to it. So, I tore it down. Oh, look at there. Mr. Cut Rocker, I am so glad you're on. Mark, I got some news for you, brother. I got some news for you. I got your vehicle still. I got them. I found them today. I thought I sent them, and what had happened was I switched boxes. You sent me 3 boxes. You sent me 3 for races, and when I combined all your cars together to send them to David, like you asked me to, I put your cars in somebody else's addressed box. And I used your box because it was smaller to mail to somebody else. So when I mailed it off, I used your box, but it had a different address on it, of course. And I found yours today. So I wanted to tell you that. That's another reason why I'm going live. I was hoping. Okay, cool. That works. See, look at there, man. Diecast community coming together. I thought that was kind of cool. So anything else you guys want to talk about? Like I said, I don't know. I'm just running my mouth. It's boring as shit. You guys are champion. No, if I was champion, I wouldn't have lied to you and told you I sent you your friggin' cars, Mark. I lied to you. Oh, hey, I'm gonna tell you guys something. I'm gonna piss some people off. I ain't gonna lie, and I don't care. How you guys gonna send out? No, I ain't a champion, bro. I'm an ex-legend. My wife sleeps with a diecast legend, and that's how we roll. You know what? I'm glad I held my mouth shut. I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna piss people off. All I'm gonna say is this. I don't know how many of you guys entered Derek's donk race, but that is definitely not a style of car. But I mean, damn, a race. People putting them on, you enter it, and you gotta race it. So I sent some cars, my boy Derek. I tried to send some Ford versions for the donks. I sent I sent 4 cars. And I 2 of them are very, very slow. Very, very slow, and I really, oh man, my balcony fell off. That sucks. I just saw that. Anyway, so I sent 4 cars, but 2 are very, very slow. But I figure, what the hell? I built them, put effort into them. I sent them, but they're under a pseudonym. And then I sent 2 that are really still slow. Hey, Warpig. Damn, Warpig 76. Keith, I ain't seen that name since what? Warpig 76 is probably D64 / what's that? Oh no, he entered one of your races. Didn't he win something? A shirt or something from you? But anyway, Warpig 76, I saw him. That was back with the Sub 4 RA, I think. Yeah, I know, right, Cut Rocker? OG right there. That guy's been racing for a while. He used to race for that guy with I like cheese. That what was that Wisconsin cheese guy? So, guys, man, I've always wanted to do this, think about going live and stuff, but I've always wanted to have like a chat group. Like every week, we just go in live and people log in and just talk and ask questions. Because, like I said, I might not be as fast as some of you guys now, but I got a mountain of knowledge. I'll be willing to answer a show, anything. Well, yeah, if you have a personable voice, I don't. I sound like a retard. Um, I don't know how you can have a half friggin' northern accent, half twang, but I do. Yeah, we're cousins. We're cousins. I'm the older, better looking one, and he's the faster one. Yeah, my wife made me that over there in the corner. I know you can't see it now, but that little sign, it changes colors. FPD makes sweatshirts and hoodies and well, shit. I mean, he had to leave me something. He stole my name every Folipiak is known as Flip. My daughter, who is in the army, everybody's known as Flip because we got the same last name, but he stole it. He stole it for Diecast, so I had to come up with something else. But yeah, I say I tore down my track. I said the 4 lane's still up. I was thinking about putting on a race, but I only do mods. And that's not true. I did do a couple stock races, but I prefer mods. But I was thinking about, and you guys, what do you think? I was thinking about doing, and and it's kind of basic, but since everybody builds them anyway, I was gonna do a Evo versus an I-Pace. And you wouldn't have to send two. You could send one. You could send one of each. You could send 5 of each. I don't care. The entry fee is the entry fee. But I'd like to see. I mean, those are cars that are comparative. Chapman Films. There you go. That's right, Warpig. But yeah, what do you think of Evos versus? Because I'm thinking about taking this down, guys. I got so many ideas, man. Like I said, I haven't been happy with this track because the way it was. So I was thinking about converting it into a 6-lane and bringing back the 6-2-1-1-1-1-1. I don't want to get a copyright trademark since it was this guy's other idea, but bring that back into fruition. So we could do the 6-2-1. I can still have my street course. I am rebuilding the circle track. Oh, the timer. Okay, so basically the way I had it designed, I had a flexible material in mind. Thank you, Tim, for bringing me back. And I spoke to the guy, and he built the timer because it was very similar and same concept as the one he built before. And he built it that way, which was a 1/4 inch different than I had in mind. For mine was supposed to be a 1/4 inch narrower, so I could use a certain material that wasn't so high. So when it came a 1/4 inch wider, I can't find that same material. And I looked high and low, bro. I was paying hundreds of dollars to get stuff like raw materials that was flexible that I could. I tried and I couldn't find what I needed. So yeah, so I had to build the track with the closest, with materials, and it's just too tall. That's all it is. It's the center pieces that separate the lanes are too tall. That's the only thing I don't like about it. I want it to be about a 1/2 inch shorter. And another thing I hate about that track is you guys know how that is all continuous track. Well, continuous track swells, and I got an outdoor track. So yeah, they do, and it affects the way it videos too. And so I wanted to make them a little bit shorter, and I can't. So then I got to find material to go inside to raise it all up, and that's just more of a pain in the ass. And like I said, it's continuous track, and this is an outdoor track, and it's not heated and cooled. It's indoor, and it's not getting wet. But I mean, it gets to 130 degrees out here with 100% humidity, and down to 22 with 50% humidity, and trying to keep 25 feet. Those lanes are 25 feet. 25 feet of continuous track. So it's actually 100 different, it's 25 feet times 4. Going the same length, bro, it increases and swells at different rates. And it's hard to keep that track straight. And it buckles, and you can't. I don't know if anybody successfully Velcroed down continuous track to where it stayed down when it was outdoors. Because I'll tell you right now, you can't do that. So what I do is I got the drop-in section and the curve, that is Velcroed. And then what I do is I try to Velcro just the end where the finish is. And what I do is I make sure it's pushed down real hard, and I pull down the slack at all 4 lanes and then Velcro it down. But Velcro and plastic, it doesn't matter. Then the ends stay kind of where they're at, but the middle buckles up. So like I said, it's just very hard to maintain. And that's just unfortunate, man. Like I said, I just wasn't happy with it. I always criticize my own stuff. I have all these ideas. Like, I'm still trying to rebuild the Speedway. And everything, I thought it was going to be easy, and it's probably not. It's basically a complete rebuild. But that's what I enjoy doing. It's just, I got ideas in my head, and I don't know if like the race, it'll like the way I had the racing. I mean, I think, man, people came back from the back, bro. You can come back from 12th and win the race. I mean, you can't ask for better than that. I thought I made it as competitive as possible, but I was also trying to make it a little bit more realistic racing. I didn't like as many wrecks as there were. Ideas or voices? Both, Warpig, both. Um, but like I said, so I'm trying to make it more realistic so it's not just the one turn. I'm also trying to make it simple because I'll tell you guys now, editing video and commentary, if I could get it all in one take, that'd be great. But I suck and I sit out here sweltering my balls off in this heat, screaming into that microphone because I get excited and I'm trying to bring the excitement too. Well, not me, me and my voice personality, Mike Phillips over there, but he can only come over so often. And so yeah, it's just hard work. And then to get 200 views, it sucks. So I'm trying to put on good, cool racing, but like I said, man, and then like recording it and all the different views, and if one goes out, it kind of fucks up the whole thing. And then like what happens, you're recording and you hit it twice and you think you're recording and you try to record like 5 laps and you miss it all, you know what I'm saying? And then I'm not re-recording that shit. I know a couple times I've done that and I was gonna say sorry, missed the view, this, that, and the other thing. And then like I'm gonna tell you another thing that really, and this I'm gonna probably sign off soon, but I'm gonna tell you another thing that pisses me off is Microsoft going to this subscriber based web app of their bullshit. Because the old way, I tell you what, all the graphics I made on my program, on every one of my videos, 90% of those were made in PowerPoint. I take my picture, I can do whatever I want, modify it, do that and the other thing. I might use other programs to tweak some things, but basically I'd record it. Well, when you're trying to do that every friggin' lap, adding, and then you gotta change all the numbers, record them, put them into the format, change all the positioning, add the picture in the back, and I mean, it was just like incredible amounts of work. And I'm sure there's easier ways, but that's how my dumbass has to do it. Yeah, because I mean, bro, some of these guys, I don't give a shit what anybody says. You can bitch about their racing or whatever, but Bay City Daryl, I mean Daryl puts on a great rate. I mean, as far as his commentary and his show, and I'm gonna say this, and I love Daryl, but I hate his fucking track. I think he should have stayed with the other one. The only passing is wrecking passing. I don't like it. And I don't like IDR's new track. I love that man to death, but his new track, no, you just follow the leader. I can't stand that shit. I'll tell everybody to their face. And I mentioned that earlier. I wasn't gonna say it, but I'm saying it now. There's a lot of people that ruin their friggin' racing by going to that 3D printed track. I'll tell you that right now. And we can disagree. I love all those people to death, and I hate to be harsh, but I'm getting it off my chest. I just finished another energy drink, so boom, there it is. I love them all. I don't mean to be mean, but I don't like their racing no more. Diecast Street League's got some really, really good racing, and I want to mimic kind of what he does with my Speedway. But I like that Big O. That's pretty good. I mean, he's got it set up right. It's just the editing takes so freaking long. That's why you can't put on these races, bro. And you got to tweak them to make them better. And sometimes tweaks take so fucking long to fix, bro. It takes so long to fix a tweak. Like your whole diorama has to come down sometimes to make a tweak to make the racing better. And sometimes it ain't worth it, but that tweak would make it that much better. You know what I'm saying? I feel for these guys. But man, tiny track cars, Nick out there, and the guy EP, and I, but bro, the work they're putting Gravity Throttle, Mark Hoyle. Oh my God, bro. Gravity Throttle, he's blowing that up. I mean, like I appreciate what these guys are doing for the sport, because if it wasn't for me showing people that that's the cool shit, and then there's the racing shit. You know what I'm saying? We got the cool shit, we got the racing shit. Tim, you used to make the coolest racing shit there was. I'm gonna tell everybody now. You did your commercials and your intros and your bro. I hope you realize, Tim, that you are more to the sport than just racing, and you always were. I understand. Like, take for instance, when I used to race cars. Like I used to race cars, and I used to be in pit crews. My uncle's pit crew, my dad's pit crew, other people's pit crews, and I used to be my own pit crew, and then it's like, hey, build the car and I'll race it. I'm like, fuck that. I didn't build. I wanted to race. That's why I raced. I didn't race so I could build a car. I didn't race so I could let somebody else race my shit. I raced because I wanted to race. Same reason I got into go karts with my cousin. Oh, I'll talk to you about that in a minute. I'm still rambling, bro. Um, so to I get it. I mean, I host races because I wanted to be in these races that I'm in. Bro, you didn't see that that Tim won the slide outs, man, the sprint cars. I mean, I had a dirt track. That's what it was for. I mean, I had to modify that track, because you can't put winged sprint cars heavy on the top going around a 90-degree turn, even a 180, and not flip over. So I had to modify all that shit to make him go down for Tim to win that shit. Well, Tim, like I said, bro, you are keeping it alive, and I think people like you said, when you don't think when Frank comes back, people get excited to see that shit. I think people, if they would just donate the time they could, like if League of Speed came back and put one race on a year, bro, he did his Challenger, Camaro Summer, and just people just didn't overwhelm themselves how much better this sport could be. Like, I'm afraid Craig's going to do it. Like I said, he's doing great over there. I like that he's hosting, but it's hard work. If you don't get the views, that's all I'm saying. I love all you guys. Tim, I really, like I said, you did this commercial for one of your races. I think it was a 4th of July race, bro. That shit is badass, bro. I mean, that's still to this day, and it's a shame that you don't let nobody see that, because that would inspire people. Put it up as a short and send it. Do another race, 4th of July, and send that as a short, bro. Telling you, that shit was awesome. And another guy who's got the best race in it, and he could never host a race, I don't think, because the racing could never happen. But man, Mr. Mom, I just found him again. I kind of gave up on him because he was going through some tough stuff and he wasn't putting stuff out. But he built that new track, and bro, he's got the best, coolest sound effects. I try to share those people with everybody. And like I said, when I bring people into sport, those are the guys I go to. I say, well, let me show you this guy, and I start with 3D Bot Maker, because that's how I kind of found it. That and Sub 4RA. Sub 4RA was more my speed because it was kind of what I got into, but 3D Bot Maker, he had a storyline with King of the Mountain, bro. He had Mr. Klein and other people arguing and shit, bro. I mean, that was the shit. I mean, there was a storyline like, hey, this guy's been racing for 6 weeks. Nobody can beat him. And Tim, I mean, with whatever that guy's name, who that Black Evo was. I mean, goddamn, bro. Those were the good old days. It seems like nobody wants to have fun with the good old days stuff. Yeah, I know, and that's another thing, guys. I'm glad you brought that up, Tim. I just read your comment. That's another thing. I can't stand that. People that don't host criticize what the hosts are doing. Like, take for instance, I'm going to criticize somebody else, and I love this man, but I won't race with him no more. No, that's not true. I'd probably race with him. I just don't. He's not on my top list. Is Nobby Ridge. Nice guy. I just can't understand him, and I can't see the race, and I can't stand that. I can't stand that. I like to see, even if it's a finish line thing, I like to see at least the finish line. If you can show me the finish line, show me the finish line. I don't need to see the start. Show me a picture of the start, set up at the finish line, let them rip. But I need to see something. I can't have that grainy shit. I don't know. It kills me. It kills me. You know who else who has something really going on? And is that guy, now he's doing graphics and stuff, and he still races every once in a while. That guy in New York, what was his name? He had a personality, just like DXP. What was that guy's name? Cupcake. Can't remember his name. But he was like the Frozen Four-banger. But he used to do kind of like live-ish racing. He had a personality kind of like Mr. Mike Phillips I got over here. You know, he sounded like an announcer, and he put on races was great. Only thing was, his track was tilted. His track was tilted enough for me able to see it through the races. His finishes always were skewed to one side, and oh, bro, come on, man. Of course I remember how hype D64 got me. But yeah, man, like, I just wanted him to fix his track. I mean, when there's cars wrecking at your finish line on a drag race and one side's always finishing, maybe, move it. Um, I don't know. Like I said, I just there's certain tracks that I like, certain tracks I don't. I don't like trashing people. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just very abrasive. I have a mouth on me. Man, me and Keith used to work together at a job when we first started during COVID, and bro, that was what we. Bro, he'd come in, he'd get there a little before me, and we'd be waiting for that shit to come on. I need to get in touch with Mr. Robbie or Mr. Comerford and see if he's willing to sell some of that drag track he's got. He did that half scale mile track, that 40 foot track or 50-foot track. Out of that, it was called drag tracks. It was that plastic 2-lane stuff. Well, I didn't trash talk too much back then because I didn't know anything. It's kind of hard to trash talk when you suck. But yeah, man, he has. If he still has it and he's not racing with it, I'm sure he probably needs to get it out of his attic or whatever. I'd pay to ship it, bro. I could make a track out of that. That'd be a good track. I don't know, man. Like I said, I love building tracks, and I want to get this out there. No, he didn't remove his stuff from YouTube. I don't think. I still got D64. Tim's the only guy I know that won't let nobody see all those cool races, bro. And that's another thing, bro. All your old ass Halloween races with the bone shakers, bro. That was good shit. And then, bro, you got to leave that shit up there for people to have times for on your track. Like we know like what speeds they are. I know, bro. I mean, you almost got a responsibility for your legacy to let people see what they did on your track, so people they know what speeds those cars did. And not only that, for people to say, man, I fucking raced with Blue Line Racing and I got a winner. That's big, bro. If you race with Blue Line and got a win, and you're gonna take that away from him, you can't do that. That's a dick move. Well, I said that. I said that out loud, didn't I? Ha ha. Who else can I piss off? I've only been talking for 47 minutes. I've only pissed off probably about, well, I only see 16 people on here right now, so. Anybody else, Keith? Send me a message. I'll fucking piss everybody off. It's a stormy day here in the low country, and it's cool in my garage because it's overcast. Wind's blowing. I don't have pollen all up in my nose right at this moment because the rain's keeping it down. But yeah, well, for anybody that's not pissed off, I got an idea, and I was telling Keith about it. I want to bring a modular. When I say modular, easy to set up. Hey, thanks. Good, Steel City. I want to bring a modular setup out to like a flea market or a big festival, and like couple cases. I mean, I can afford to buy 3 or 4 cases of Hot Wheels. I mean, from the whatever the 2025. Oh fuck, whatever they're selling, I don't care. You know what? But you know what? But I feel you, Tim. I know. But you know what? You kind of bring it on when you talk shit, bro. I mean, they're just responding. I mean, bro. I mean, a lot of people, what are you gonna do? They don't know. They're just getting on there, talk your shit. But I mean, they'll see. They'll see. I mean, I mean, bro. Everybody knows. Everybody knows. Everybody knows. And they don't. YouTube. Who? Me calling you a cheat? I didn't say anything of the sort, bro. Nothing of the sort. I said you're fucking good is what I fucking said. But either way, I think no. All right, now I'm getting lost because I'm trying to read the chat and talk at the same time. All right, let me reset. Let's see. Been going on for a while, but I do like. Oh, you know who else has got a couple cool tracks? Is that guy out there, Chaos Canyon in New Zealand? Ooh, you know what? How about Mike Phillips? Is he an aggravating personality? That's another thing. I can't stand. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly it, Henry. You don't have to, bro. All of us that know, and those that don't, and eventually they'll learn. They'll learn. You know what I'm saying, Tim? I'm like, You told me one time legends don't have to say a fucking word, but then you say stuff. You know what I'm saying? Legends don't have to say a word. You are a legend. I mean, when I first got into it, it was JAC and Voxer. And then it ended up being JAC, Voxer, Tim, Frank Klein, and all them. But by then, those guys were so far ahead of Mike Klein and MDG that me and Keith were trying to compete with them. And then, like I said, me and Keith got pretty good where, yeah, got pretty good where we were competing with them, and then Voxer kind of fell off, kind of got out of the sport. But then, bro, all those commotion guys, I say all those commotion guys, the two commotion guys, I couldn't compete with them. I've always been right there at like 5 through 8 mark. But Keith, man, I've been chasing him down since we got here. Tim, I can't keep up with you. I got a couple wins in there, somehow in an Evo, in a car that I don't know how I can build. But man, and then like I said, it's kind of changed a lot. Like I wish I would have got the race against League of Speed. I never did. I never did. I sent cars to him, and then he never raced. You quit when you get on top. Yeah, I guess so. Because the competition is chomping at the bit, just like you were busting fucking Voxer's balls, John's balls, bro. Just, I mean, there other people doing it to you. They don't know the hungry. They gotta get bit, bro. They gotta get bit. But like JAC, bro, I hope he's not done. I hope he's not done. I think he still gets in our races, right? But like I said, I think Voxer's getting back into it. Another thing is, I always wanted to race in Puerto Rico. They always put on the coolest friggin' races. They got these outdoor tracks that are friggin' 2 miles long. Yeah, I know, but he still gets in them every once in a while. Take it easy, War Pig. Yeah, I know. See, that's what I'm talking about. So hard to stay on topic when I'm reading what everybody else is talking about. So yeah, I'm gonna go back to what I was kind of talking about 100 times. Okay, you can only have so many tracker and then have. Yeah, I know. I hear you, Tim. I understand. I understand. I understand that feeling. I know that feeling. But there's something to be said about, I don't know, having a track record. I mean, damn, bro. I mean, I know everybody thought it was an honor to be on your blue line list. I thought I was glad to actually, bro. I was so proud I had a car on your list. I don't know. Like I said, I know this though. I know I don't have no animosity towards anybody except for maybe Sub 4 That mother frigger got my cars that I wanted to see run on his damn tracks, and it ain't even the fact that he took all that money, $45, and that he kept the cars. I just wanted to see the effing race. Got that off my chest, man. What else I got sitting over here? Got a couple of these. I want to do something. Look at this big bad boy. He's too wide to fit on the track. Let's see. Then that guy beat you has a commercial up level. Oh, Jesus Christ. Bring back these. I know. And yeah, DCR, Diecast Racer X with his friggin' crazy ass road courses. And those guys are gone, though. Those guys are gone. You know. It's like mourning the past. Yeah, you can. Looking back, we got to make these guys coming up that are doing stuff innovative. That's why I was like, I was telling, I was telling, you know, like races and fun. That jump he put in, it kind of sucks. I mean, I don't like it. I know that car I built sucks. I don't like the 3D printed track pieces, but either way, that's what it is. So you got to race the fucking track. And I lost to the track. I know I moved on, but he's gonna be eliminated soon. But either way, I got to race the track, and I didn't. I lost. I lost that one. So I mean, set the fast time on fast. I hate that fucking jump though. I really do. I saw it and I thought that was gonna be it. That's why I did send 2 cars. I rarely do. I felt like a chump doing it, but I sent 2 cars. I sent 2 cars. I thought I sent one that was lower in weight, that wasn't quite as wide as that other one, and that other one that was every bit 114.3 grams or whatever the hell it was, 4 ounces on the dot. And I know that thing was fast. And I don't know if you guys saw it. That thing was fast. And then he went into the turn. He goes into the turn first and comes out third. I'm like, well, he's done. And he got a little speed coming out the jump. Usually landed kind of straight. And then, he would punch through a roadblock because he's so heavy. But getting drug into turns, man. I mean, I think I know what I need to build a next one, but I like races and fun, and I like how they change the tracks up. I think that's neat. D64 used to do that back in the day. He'd have remember the Dragonfly race? That Dragonfly was a jump, quarter mile. Yeah, that is tough, Tim. I agree. I agree. But like I said, even like take for instance what our buddies did up there in Australia, spraying water on the cars. I honestly think that was to slow us down because some of us were a little too fast. I think that happened, but that's fine. That's fine. Like, it is what it is. I think that's what happened. I think that's what happened, and that's my truth. That's my truth. But now that was perfectly fine. Had he said that, they might get wet beforehand. I tell you what, the cars I send to races are fun. They're usually fast here. The problem is, like I said, they're usually too wide, and I still haven't learned my lesson. That's like 4 straight wide cars. Still ain't learned my lesson. But yeah, like I said, I don't mind that the tracks are weird or unconventional or quirky. But I don't think, and like another thing is IDR did changing your race, and 3D bot maker too, changing a race in the middle of it, changing the track in the middle of a race. I don't think that should happen. I think that's fucked up. I think you should finish and then move on. I think that's I think that's a shit way to do things. And changing the rules too. Tell everybody the rules is this, and then enough people. No, he don't. He don't. But I mean, he pretty much. Hey, but his rules are so liberal. He basically says, do what the hell you want. Just race the track. I love that, bro. That's what it's supposed to be about. I'm sitting here looking. I'm supposed to be building this axle tube for this damn car, and I went live instead. But like I said, I just don't think you should change tracks or rules in the middle or conditions in the middle of a race. I think that's a shit move, and I'll stand by that for as long as I live. What else can I talk shit about? Yeah, like I said, I'm pretty shitty with not shitty with him. 3D bot maker, I love it, bro. He's comedic genius. He plays off himself so well, and that whole it's funny. He's got like adult humor. Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. Change tracks altogether. But and then changing rules. Another thing I didn't like about this, and I'm gonna say it out there for the Aussies out there. I love you to death. Thank you for putting on a race and getting my cars back. Bro, I mean, I know the better race was to put my Camaro in instead of my Torino, but how the fuck did my Torino win the final round? It was 50, well, it was not 54, it might have been 75. It was one of the lighter cars and finished first in the final race. Finished first, beating the other cars, and then you go, you know what? I know he finished first, but I'm gonna put this other guy because he's gonna make for better racing. Let me get my ass beat. Like I know he put it on the good race too, but that Torino deserved it. He deserved to race in that thing. That was a wide wheel Torino that was lighter than most of the cars in there, and he fucking won the final leg of the race. And you're like, yeah, I know he won, but I'm gonna put this guy in there because he's better. So that's another more spitting of truth I'm gonna throw out there. What else? Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know, bro. I know. I agree with it too. But like I said, it's his track, his rules. All you can do is move on. I mean, like I said, all you can do is move on. He did send me this. It's pretty cool. It's sitting here in my workbench. I did get that from him. Got some other things too, but I got that. That's pretty cool. I mean, don't know what I'm gonna do. I kept it. I like it. Oh, and another thing, IDR. I don't know what people get for winning IDR. I mean, I do like my little design, my little 3D print. I don't know. I'll keep my mouth shut. All I know is I beat 307 other fucking cars with a car that nobody thought was going to win and showed that it was fast. And I got the worst friggin' 5-pack I've ever seen in my life. It had like dinosaur cars in it. Nothing that would be even remotely cool. I just thought it was. I know other people have gotten better. I know that. And 310 cars I beat. And that's what I got. But I do like the 3D printed trophy. I mean, that wasn't bad. But 310 cars, really? Anyway, who else can I piss off? Well, this is gonna be Thomas. Pisses off America hour. Or Diecast community. How about that? There goes my axle. Let me run it over with my rolling chair. There you go. That's always good. Oh, Tim, I was gonna ask you, are you done? Are you willing to give up any secrets, bro? Not secrets, but talk to me candidly. I mean, I don't think I've ever asked you for any of your build secrets or I needed to ask you about something. Cause I'll show anybody. Well, no, not speed, not speed. It's not your lube secrets. I do appreciate that. I mean, I kind of was doing some of that before, but I don't agree with doing a lot of mixing. But I was talking about, I mean, your axle work, bro. Hey, I don't know. Same thing I'm doing. Keith does the same thing I'm doing, just better. I'll tell you what I do. I'll show everybody right here. But nobody. But I just don't think it's right that somebody that finishes fifth through eighth, fourth through eighth, gives speed secrets. Like I don't think my speed secrets are valid. I'll answer any question anybody wants, but you're getting it from a guy that has only won maybe 6 races in his career. I mean, like, that's how I've always been in everything. I tell you what, I'm 50 years old and I still think I look pretty good. I still look pretty young. I've always been in like the top 90 percentile. That's just where I dwell. I can't be in the top 95. Never been there. Never been there with anything in my life. But I'm always in the top 90. So I get to smell success. I just can't be the epitome of success. So I don't know. Like I said, I got some questions for the fastest guys. And it's not about the lube. I mean, I'm stuck with what I do. I can't do what Keith does because the concoction doesn't turn out right. I don't get the same results as everybody else does from those things. And I know I'm using the same ones because me and Keith, we're teammates and we buy the same shit. I know what he buys and I've bought it. I can't afford to buy what he buys, but I bought it. But the results I got, I mean, and Keith's getting different results on his track, but we did those results back in the day. Maybe not all of them that he's using now, but I don't know. The results always make me go back to graphics. It's the only one I know I'm gonna get what I'm gonna get out of it. That's why I can't go back to. I don't know. The last couple cars I built, that's not true. I've been using that. I used uh, wet lubrication. I'm trying to go. I don't know, Tim. Like I said, I don't know. We'll see. Like I said, if you're willing to answer, I'll ask you offline. You don't even have to tell me here. Like I said, that's just where I just got questions. Like I said, I know what Keith does. Keith's told me, I've seen him. He just does it better. I just don't know how. And I know if I don't. Well, I'm glad you say that, Larry. I kind of feel the same way until you're not number one and you can smell number one. When you smelled number one, it's like being Carl friggin' Edwards in NASCAR. Smelling number one is worse than being number 8. That's why I'm not too mad about being 5 through 8. But being number 2 is a kick in the balls because that means the only time you can get number 1 is when number 1 isn't there. Yeah, I mean, you know what? Like I said, that's not a bad goal to have. It's not a bad goal to have, any of you. But I'm just telling you this: you're never going to be the best with that kind of. That's where I'm at. Like I always wanted to see improvement. Like back when I wrecked my race car probably no more than 14 times my first season, and I only raced 12 times. I mean, somebody put me into the wall and bent that thing like a fucking banana. And then I came back, rebuilt that same car with a lot of money, and came back. And all I did want to do every race was show better results than I had before. And then I get there, and then the next season I win the first race of the season. And then your goals can't. Now, what happens once you win your first race of the season with good stuff? Now you know you can do it. But what happens? You're just competitive from there. Now you don't win another race for the rest of the year. How does that make you feel then? Well, now you're competitive, but now you're what? Now you're not competitive because you're just competing at that point. That sucks. Your benchmarks are always going to improve, right? So it's a good benchmark to have, but once you're competitive, you want to win. Then once you win, you want to continue winning, and that's where Mr. Blue Line is at. He wants to basically until you start racing and get more than competitive, Henry, you probably are. And for lack of a better word, a fanboy. I wouldn't have called you that. I just would have called you lower tier, for lack of a better word. And I don't know if anybody else feels this way, but I got tears in my head for every fucking racer out there. Every one of you. I have a spot for you if I've seen you race. That's why I was asking where some of you guys are, because I really haven't seen you. And I haven't seen a lot of racing anymore. I don't keep up with it as much. I'm not on there. I just don't. But I had tears for everybody. And I know where I fit. And sometimes that pissed me off where I fit. It still kind of does. But I know where I fit. Mark Cut Rocker, he's out there, bro. And man, and then fortunately, I gotta say this. Another thing is longevity says a lot. I've been top 4 to 8 for a long effing time. 4 to 8 for a long time, and I'll say fat track too. Ain't too many fat tracks my cars don't finish and make it to the final or semi-final round. Like I said, I'm 4 through 8 everywhere. I win a couple here and there, sprinkle me in, but I'm 4 through 8 everywhere. I usually got a car in the finals or fighting for the finals. But yeah, I know, but that's what I'm saying. That's where Tim's at. Tim's at the point right now that now what do? You're at the top and now you're falling back. It's hard to keep that in there. But there's something to be said. But now you're fighting. See, Tim, maybe you're not there. I don't think you're done. I think you're crying in the fucking milk. I think you just need to keep going on and you'll be right fucking there. Stop fucking crying. But eventually you're going to get to the point where, okay, now you're fighting for legacy. Like, I need to know that when I come out there, like, all right, you guys have finished top 4. Like, the top 4's evolved, and now you got a whole new set of people, and you ain't racing much, and then you pop in there one time and spank that ass or finish top 3 right off the rip to let them know. That's when you're fighting for legacy. You don't have to be that way. Some people just quit and never race a fucking game. But I can't do that. I got too much invested in this. This is my safe space. I just come out here and build cars. Like I said, I'll go back to build. Bro, I'll build and I'll race street stocks. Fuck it. I'll play with my own toys. Yeah, I know. So what are you complaining about, you crybaby? But please, hey, that's my plea to you, though. I know. Well, I know, because that's what I hear. That's what I hear. Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. So who am I talking about? Maybe it's just because I don't hear from you as much. Maybe that's what it is. But for anybody that don't know who I respect, Blue Line is one of them. I mean, yeah, no shit. Cody Irons, there you go, Cody. He's fast. He's fast. Yeah, I know. Take care, Mark. Good talking to you, Mr. Australia. So I don't know. Like I said, what do you guys think about a modified Jag versus iPace versus Evo race? No, yes or no? Well, Larry, you know what? You got to find out what's working. Because I raced against a guy one time when we were talking about sanding wheels. He said, "Yeah, what do you sand with?" That motherfucker said 80 grit. He sanded plastic wheels with 80 grit sandpaper, bro. If you're doing that, you're wrong. Oh, I know it is. I'm glad to hear that. There you go, Ray. Yeah, like I said, I'm a my guy. I don't like doing stocks. The only reason I do stocks is to make money. I put stock races on for you guys and to make money. That's it. But all right, cool. I might put that on. Like I said, the track's still there. It's still put together. I just got to clean it up a little bit. But it won't be a pretty race. Like the diorama won't be nice. Like I said, it's a wreck right now. It's a wreck. Oh shit, there's Evos everywhere. That's why I didn't want to put it on. Like I said, I just wanted to. Everybody builds an Evo. Everybody has an Evo. That gives everybody a chance to build an Evo. And then, like I said, I'd like to see if the iPaces do anything. I've seen iPaces do pretty good speeds too. So, and truth be told, I want to see if the wing in the back being that high up, but that far back helps. Not for the drag. I think you should grind it off and get rid of the drag, the actually flip up part, but the extra weight back there. I think that would help. But that was just me. That's just a thought. I was wanting to see it. That's what I'm saying. All right, you know what? I might even do the Aztec. I would throw the Aztec in there as an ugly duckling. I would too, bro. I'm glad you said that. But it's got to be comparable. Those three, I mean, nobody throws in an Aztec, but fuck it. I think that's cool. I'd probably build an Aztec. Like I said, the track ain't 100% destroyed. It's just buried, for lack of a better word. So yeah, man, I really, like I said, truth be told, I could put up the street stock track right now and get it probably up and running in 2 days, but I don't want to. There's just not enough room. And the train track idea sucked too. I don't know why. For some reason, the train that went around the track, for some reason, it messed with the timing system. It was weird, and I don't know if it was the voltage or what. And then it was so far, this garage gets so dusty, the train wouldn't run right, and my dumb ass would knock it off the track every 5 minutes. So, I don't know. Yeah. He's fast. Tim's always fast. Keith's fast. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I think they're pretty comparable. I really do. Oh, and another race I wanted to put on, another modified race. Hear me out. I was thinking for a race, and it wouldn't draw much interest, but I'd put it on Redline Derby. I try to get as many people in it as possible. But I was thinking either Auto World, a mod race, and I'm afraid, well, and like I said, probably low weight. All my weight, to keep things simple, all my races from here on out are going to be 50 grams, just so you know. 50 grams is all I'm running. So, just so you know, you can like it, hate it, just know. So that way you go, I wonder what weight it is for race at Boomtown. 50 grams. But here's the deal. It's either Auto World or M2. 50 gram Auto World or M2. Probably I'll pick a decade or a 2-decade range to put them in. I wouldn't, bro. We've considered that, but I don't want to reward slowness. I thought about it. Because, I mean, truth be told, it's a skill thing. It's a skill. Now, if I was to do something that was a skills challenge, I might do something like that, Henry. But I don't want to reward slowness, so no. I'm not going to do that. I know. And that's what it is, Tim. So then it's just a matter of, because like I said, then it's not a matter of adding weight to it, because they're already pretty. So make it so, like I said, it wouldn't be. I mean, it'd be 50 grams, probably no wheel hogging, because those cars are pretty. I like the detail in them. So I probably, and you're doing axle tubes, so probably same size wheel, no axle, no wheel hogging. 2 decades, 60s and 70s muscle cars, 50 gram, and then you'd have to make it work. Fuck it. I'm not saying you gotta race it. I know. That's why you gotta find one that's 50 fucking grams, bro. That's all I'm saying. You take interior out and sell it, save you 3 grams right there. Race the rules and the track. That's all I'm saying. And like I said, I don't know. You might not like it. Like, yeah. That's not true. If you find one, you find one M2, you build the wheels and axles or find a good set to put on. Fuck it, like I said, I build it so you got. I don't make like my street stock race. I could have made that simple where it had to be just like you have to have like Goodyear on the side of your wheels. I could have done that. I chose not to. Fucking street stocks have 10-inch wide racing wheels on them, so that's what I put. And now you got to put wides front and back because I try to make things a builder's race. I like builder's races. That's why I like mod races. I'd like to do an open mod race. I really would. I don't know about the stretching just because my start gate won't hold a stretch, but I don't mind open mods. I mean, that was what D64 did. So I don't know. Like I said, it's just try not to make weight so much a factor. Just the build and like make speed out of. All right, you got weight a little bit right in front of the rear axle, right above the rear axle. So now you got your 2 cubes or your 1 7 gram if you're using wheel weights or whatever. You throw that in there. Now you got to make it aerodynamic. Now you got to sand the bottom. Now you got to find speed. Don't let the weight be the speed. You find the speed. That's what I want to put on. I think that's what's cool. 60 is a good weight, but for videotaping, for recording, I like 50. I like the speed of the cars. It slows them down just a little bit. But yeah, like I said, I want to do a 6-to-1. I want to build a continuous straight drag track. But there's so many people. Like a lot of people are pissing me off right now. I wanted to do. So there's another guy. There's the Korean diecast racing person. I don't know if that's a man or a woman, but that was a woman's voice doing the how I built it thing. So anyway, they got some cool racing over there. It's just stock racing and it's a very short track. But I like that idea. I like the whole concept of it with the smoke. The filming three iPhones all run at the same time. I love the whole effing concept. I like that. So I was like, well, if they're in Korea, I could get away with it here in America because then people could send me the cars. And then now, all the racing that I wanted to do, fucking Craigster. He's putting on the same effing races I was getting ready to set up for. So that's why I stopped building the track. I had 3D print designs for a start gate and everything, and talking to Don about KKOMA. And then there's another guy that does it. Another guy that got it just as good and it looks just like it, and he's in America too. So that's that. And then like I said, Craigster, his track is kind of like that. It's just not as his is more of a homage to Diecast more than a diorama track, and I was going to do more diorama to it. But yeah, but Craigster's doing exactly what I was going to run. Then there's this other track I just saw on YouTube. He's doing the same exact thing I want to run. And then the KKOMA is doing the same exact thing I want to run, except my track would be continuous downhill instead of having a drop in. But, I mean, god damn, bro, everything I want to do that looks real, people are already doing. I'm trying to be a little different. But recording the 25-foot truck sucks too, because I suck. My eyes suck. I cannot keep up with it. My balance sucks. Keith's the greatest filmer I got. If Keith ever quit being my film crew, that would be the end of racing over here, or I'd be building a lot of 5-foot tracks. I'm telling you right now. Because recording sucks. Damn, more rain. Yeah, KKOMA car. That's a good one. And there's another one looks just like that here in America. And you know what? I was trying to look stuff up on YouTube while I was talking to you guys, and I got distracted. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I gotta finish this axle tube still for this guy. I think that's gonna look good in there. Sanded the body down. Oh, where'd his base go? Yeah, sanded it and kind of polished it. So now it's not much different. So here, if you guys want to see what kind of shit I do, let me see if I can turn this light on. Let me see. Maybe that'll shed some light on situation. There you go. So this is the base of one I haven't modified. I don't know if you can see that. There, take it off. It's got that. See how it's got that nose, that spoiler plate on front. Damn, it's too close. Let's see. Go back this way. I just don't need to see more of a mess. Let me see. There we go. There's a little more light. See that nose piece right there? That sucks. So that's the base of that Maverick right there. That's the base. I think that Maverick just looks cool. That Silverado looks cool. But this one's a little lower to the ground. I just like that. The color's good. The fucking the tampos. And I don't know what that means, by the way, tampo. I just know that that's what that is. I know I have a hard time getting them off. Hey, what's going on, Diecast Mayhem? Don't know who you are, but welcome aboard. And see, so this is what I did to my base. There's what I did. Just slicked it up, made everything flat. And I usually don't do that because what happens is when I pull down using my jig sometimes, I make it so thin. You see how flexible that is? I don't know if you guys see that, but it's a little flexible. And sometimes what happens is when you sand it down too much, you pull that and it'll break it right there where those are because it's very thin. I've done that on numerous cars. So that's why I don't do it much. But I did it on this. My axle tube's getting to sit in there. I tell you what, I think it looks good with that truck on there too. Well, I ain't built it yet. Leave me alone. In the process. Another thing is, like I said, too many energy drinks. I shake too much. I shake way too much. Like I said, and then, bro, and another thing, I was just mentioning this to Keith yesterday. I was at his house. I was like, my favorite wheels of all time, for as far as wheels are concerned, for consistency and spin and not having to true them up as much, or Mario Karts. They always have been. Fat track or drag. Only problem with it is, I'm finding now, I bought like 10, 20 of them in the past couple weeks at, $5 to $7 a pop. I try to just get the ones that have double wheels that I want. And I'd say out of that $70 worth, I might have got like 5 really good axles. So, I mean, I got some that have one, but I would say 70% of them were useless, like useless axles. I got some where I know I can salvage them by doing a little filing, so I'll keep that side and I cut the bad side off. But yeah, tell me that don't look good. Even that color arrangement, like I hate the color yellow, but yellow with that blue and the red and the white, that looks badass, bro. I don't know. I think Mr. Blue Line, Mr. Tim, I think he has a set of wheels he likes. I know he does Mario Karts. He's big on those. I know he's good at the wagon wheels. I've seen. I mean, I know Keith is big on the Urus wheels. Yeah, well, that's F that elevation. Fuck those time machine wheels. That's why I don't. That's why I say black wheels only. Who's racing on wooden wheels, bro? If you want to get a speed ridge in them, cut them yourself, like Keith taught you to. Yeah, there you go. Y5. Oh, anyway, I'm trying to, bro. The comments, they pop up for a half a second on the screen and then they disappear. So I'm trying to like read it and remember what the hell it is you said, and then comment on it. And then by the time I figured out what the hell it is you said, I'm on to a different friggin' subject. Oh shoot, you guys are looking at all my speed secrets over there. What the hell? Don't be looking at all that. Oh man, my son came in. He thinks I'm a drug dealer. He thinks I'm a druggie. Look at this shit. He's like, Dad, what is all that? Mom, Dad's on drugs. Alcohol, 99% alcohol. There's oil in some. Some are blow alcohol through wheels. Some have graphite and alcohol I've tried. I got all sorts of mixtures, bro. So here we go. Hey, look, it says I'm live. Let me turn that volume down so it don't go here. There we go. Now I can see. Maybe I can get some comments up there. Oh, good. It's a little behind. Connecting the live chat. Thank goodness. All right. So I don't know. Like I said, I've only been on here for like hour and a half. I don't know. Like I said, I was going to do this every week at a certain time, just talk shit, but actually have when my tracks are getting built or wherever I can find room and just set up some cars. And like I said, I can run them now. It's just not convenient. But man, I tell you what, all these guys with diorama, bro, and people, okay, bro, those figures, those are so expensive. Basically, you're paying $5 per figure, and then shipping and handling. That's crazy. That's crazy. I love diorama. I love diorama on tracks. I just think that looks so effing cool. Let me see. See what that's. I don't see any of that. Oh yeah. So okay, you were more zoomed in than it is on my screen. I'm sorry, guys. I didn't know that. Shit. Here I was thought I was showing you something, and I'm way too close. Oh my god. That's gay. Oh well. Ah. So yeah, there's my hypodermic needles set up, and like I said, that's another good thing for body modification, extending cars, steel stick. That's good stuff. Um, this is good if you like smoothing out cars and making the bottom, and like if you want to hold weight in, like little, if you got little weights, bro. I got all. Once these, bro, I've gone so deep in this. Look at this. I don't know if you can see this, bro. I got all sorts of stuff. Look at these weights here. Look at these weights. Look at these weights. They're so flat. These probably weigh like a tenth of a gram each, but I can drop them in anywhere, lay them in flat, and then make this epoxy clear well concoction and pour them in and hold them. Bro, I mean, I got so much weird shit to make stun work. Diecast guys, water slides if you want. I mean, is that a specific kind? Like, I don't know what diecast guys is. So yeah, I know. Yeah, he does. He does. He does. Like I said, that's a nice track. I like his speed. I'm trying to model, like I said, that speedway like that, but I'm gonna make it a little wider at the end. I want there to be past. I'm trying to make it a whole track with 360 degrees worth of turns. And the same straightaway, and try to make it cool and realistic and have diorama, but make it small. And there's a lot that goes into that, and make it recordable and just has to say diecast, guys. Okay, that's cool. I can. I just got a new printer, so I just gotta see. I just gotta use. Yeah, I can do that. I can do that for you, Tim. Give me a minute. I can do that. I got a printer. It should do pretty good. We'll see how it does. I got all the water slide shit. Just not very good at it. Some of those that my first printer kind of crapped out and wasn't printing very good, and then I got that other printer, that last one for your diecast champagne poppy decals. I'm sorry about how this came out, bro. I tried them on two different printers. They just didn't come out as crisp as I had hoped, and I apologize. I'm just not as good as those other guys are. But yeah, I can get you some diecast, guys. I mean, just said how. I mean, I'm assuming no particular font. You just need the words. Well, they can be red usually if it's on a white car. I can't guarantee you're gonna see them on something else. But I'll see what I can do. I mean, that's nothing. I'll just send them to you. It's not that big a deal. You don't even gotta pay me. I don't care. I appreciate you guys doing. Oh, you know what a race was I won that I'm glad I won because he. Yeah, well, good. That'll do them at the same time. Like I said, that's kind of what killed me, though. Is fucking PowerPoint is now online. I got to pay a subscription, and the online one I can't do nearly as much as I could when I had it as a program on my computer. It just sucks, man. They're ruining everything. They're ruining everything. Everybody, greed has ruined everything. Sure, Keith. I'll get you some champagne poppy fucking champagne poppy stickers. Yeah, looking over there, looking at my wall, it looks all sad without a track there. But man, it was so far away, I couldn't reach it. And that start gate was something else. That was first gen start gate there, bro. No, yeah, first gen. That was like the first start gate I ever built, and I did all that with one arm. I mean, oh, shit, that bro. If you saw what my floor looked like right now, you'd be like, "How does he live like that?" Look at this. I know I haven't tried open office. I might have to look into that. Look at this stuff, bro. I just ripped it off and threw it on the floor. Kind of heavy. That thing weighed. It had a 2x10 underneath it. But yeah, those are some lights I got. But so yeah, man, that start gate there, bro. That was some rough stuff. Shoot, I got. Remember, I don't know if you guys remember. Oh, stuff. My original season one start gate for what do you call that, for the Street Stocks series, bro. But that's, you can't see it, but that's still under there because it's good wood. I'm a pack rat. I'm a pack rat. But yeah, so the track is getting modified. It's gonna be something like this. It's not gonna drop that low, but it's gonna have some natural humps in it. And then, like I said, because it's only a certain length track, it can only be so long. So the more height, the more humps I take out of it, the shorter the track's gonna be, and it's gonna go back up over there somewhere. Like I said, that's still there. It's still running. It still works. Um, I mean, it's still there. It's just, bro, there's so much stacked on top of all this, bro. Taking this down today was a bear, but I mean, damn. I mean, everything is still. All my lights were starting to get broke off and everything. These guys still work. All my shell station and my Buckies. Bam. All my diorama's still good. Got that light up there just chilling because I can't see nothing. Dark as hell in here like a dungeon. But yeah, guys, it's still here. The track's still here. I'm just fixing it. I mean, it was this. This is mostly okay. I can't really. If I tear that down, I might as well quit because that was the original. And you should, Tim. I think a lot of people tried. They just tried to go too grandiose with it. I think you could do it. Yeah, dioramas, stacking them up. And this kind of got in the way, and that over there kind of got in the way, being 25 feet long. And like I said, see how it is right there? I've cut and trimmed these. Right now, they're all buckled up. Look, you got one that long. That two are good up there. That one's short. Look how short this one is. This one used to be the longest. It would stick out this way. It would cock the track back. So then I cut it short, and now look. Now it's shorter than all the rest. It's aggravating. And maybe I'm just, maybe I just have too much pride in my track trying to make everybody happy and make it as smooth and shit as possible. But damn. I don't know. Like I said, this is. I don't know. Like I said, I like that. Like I said, I've worked so hard on this darn. I mean, the train's still there. It's still working. I don't know. It just. I gotta know. Like I said, I think I gotta go over it with sandpaper and alcohol and clean it. Well, fuck, bro. There's over 30 feet that way, 30 feet this way, and then 8 feet on the ends. Like, that's, man, fucking 70, 80 feet of track to sandpaper and clean with alcohol. This dirty bitch, it ain't worth it. I'll just take it down. Ah, bro, it's all a good idea when you start. Look at this, bro. I got cars, modified cars. Hey, that one won. He's a champ right there. He won the blue line race. Still pretty quick. Not the fastest, but he's pretty quick. I love my larges. Put larges. Those are my HO5s. Put on that Thunderbird right there. Yeah, I know. There was a lot of work in that track, bro. There was. And that's why I hate tearing it down. I haven't been happy with it since I built it. But yeah, that's some of my trophies, and I got another one over there, and that was a cool track. That was a long effing track. Oh, you know what? I lost the guy that won that was my gatekeeper. There he is. He's in that box. He's about to get modified. I'm about to fix him up and send him somewhere else. Can you ride her down or sand those walls down? I tried. Even on a table saw, I just can't keep it to where they would start. I couldn't get it perfect enough, and this material cost so much. If I messed even one up, it was pointless because I did it at the top. Those are actually cut in half at the top, or maybe no, these were the cut half ones. I tried it, and that's where I used them here because I messed it up. That's what is there's some pieces missing from the track because I cut one and it didn't work. I tried cutting it in half, so I used them down here, but that's because they were uneven. You can see that this one is shorter than this one. It just couldn't get it right every single time with the blade kerf and all that shit. It was too hard to be over 100. Like I said, that's 100 feet, 25 feet on all four lanes, and getting everything perfectly right each time. it's like I said. That's why I tried to tell everybody the track. Each lane has its own personality because it does. Because the track, as I mean, it's humid out here, so some of the track underneath is warped. You know, not the yeah, I know, but a planer, bro. I ain't no carpenter, bro. I'll tell you that right now. Planer, you come over here and plane my track, bro. I'll be your buddy. We'll sit out here. I'll let you watch. I'll buy you a beer. Come over here and plane my track. I ain't planing this son of a bitch. I don't even know how a planer works. I know how a hammer works. That's how half of this shit gets knocked down. Hammer, bam. But yeah, so yeah, I'm just walking around in circles. I got some cool cars. That was one of my favorite JDMs right there. He did pretty good at He did pretty good at what was that Puerto Rican guy? Guingoyo. Remember Guingoyo, Tim? Ooh, I got your Guingoyo car here, Tim. I still have him. I still have him here. Well, that's what I'm saying, and that's why I did what I did. And like I said, I could race this track right now. It would literally take me 15, 20 minutes to get it up and running. I was still testing on it last week. I just tore that track down today, and now it's kind of just like, bro, there's crumbs all over it. Like I said, it's yeah, yeah. And like I said, I have all this diorama. I got so much diorama, and you can't really see it because this big monstrosity's in the fucking way. So I don't know, man. Like I said, I got so many tracks I want to build, and like I said, this one, like I said, if those were 3/4 of an inch wide instead of 1 inch gap between there, I had a material that was the perfect height, and then, like I said, it just threw me off. It threw me off, and I love that man more than anything. Like I said, it is what it is, and I just modified it, and there's nothing wrong with it. And truth be told, I could probably find some 1/4 or 3/8 inch material to put underneath here, and each lane and buy 100 feet of it, and then I'd have to do it at the transition back there, and I don't know. Like I said, I just assume have it built right the first time, then put time and effort in the tweaking it, and then each tweak is a pain in the ass and doesn't look right when you're done. You know what I'm saying? And it's just another tweak, and you mess something else up tweaking it. It just ain't worth it. But I tell you that rubber tire car there that I pissed a lot of people off with, that won that race. He makes it down this track 25 feet with rubber tires. 25 feet with rubber tire, and that's 2 feet drop over 2 feet, I think, maybe. Of having a drop and then a level run out. Some of your darn would look. Oh, I know, with tilted at an angle. With yeah, I know. That was trust me, Milestone. That was what I was talking about. That's what I was talking about with the Korea thing. And what I was gonna do is make it all. Basically, I was gonna have it streetcar like Keith's track. Keith's got the coolest diorama. I was just telling him yesterday how cool his diorama is, and he really needs to take advantage of that and do a little series. But I wanted to do something very similar over here because I have that street shit going on, and I got all that. And I was going to do that, but there's no reason I couldn't have that involved with the drag track. This I always called, when I tore the drag strip down before this one, the 2-lane 25-footer or 30-footer, whatever the hell that was. It was a drag track. Well, when I brought this back, that's why I called it a raceway, because I didn't really have any diorama with it. The other diorama was to increase that. It had really nothing to do with this 4-lane track. This was supposed to be more like D64, and it was. And it probably was if I would have done it better. Would have been just as good, but it would have been just. I think it was better than D64 because of my start gate and all that. You know what I'm saying? But he ran with his cars like from start to finish. Like that's what I hate about how long this is. I can't run with these cars, and Keith tries, but he can't run with these cars and keep them all on the screen. So you got to start from here so you can keep up with them here and finish here, and then put the screen up here without showing so much. It's a ballet you got to do, and really this long a track sucks. It really does. And that's why the best show I could do is where you record it from there, get it here, zoom in the best I could right there, slow it down so you can see it, and then the finish line and bring it up, and then Keith would walk it in. That's the best I could do for there. But I still, it's hard to do. And, man, you miss all that racing. Like, you can't even really tell this far away how, like, after the drop, who's got the lead. You really can't see it till you get to where the end of that bridge is. I know it needs to be, but 20 feet's going to make it here. And then I got all this fucking 300 feet of dollars in continuous track that now is going to get cut short. And then, the thought of that sucks. But then, like, what do I do then? I still want, do I get rid of that? Like, I kind of like this box. This, I don't know if you guys ever saw this, how this works. It's kind of dirty right now, but this stop box is the shit. And I love that started putting everybody's stickers on there. Got the little garage next to it. But yeah, man, it's all foam. Normally, it's not like this. Normally, I just put this foam in there because the cars I was running were wedged underneath. But normally, they go all the way back, and they can't bounce up because of the weight of the sponge. So they can't bounce up, so they hit the back. They can't bounce up because you see, because it's angled. That's how I did it in there. It's angled inside the box. So it literally wedges in at the back and then bounces back and they run down. I love this. I love the whole thing about it. But then I got just more feet to the track. So if I shorten that, then that's going to be kind of like right here. And I was hoping just to do diorama back there and get rid of the train and all that, which would be great. But then, then I got to get rid of my box down there. So I don't know, bro. There's a lot to think about, and I got all this, like that change, moving it to 20 feet, puts it right here now. Puts it right here, which is great, which is about right there. That's about 20 feet. So from here, right here, then like now the screen that shows all that information, I either got to put it there to block it, or it's still got to run back all the way over here. I got all this monstrosity in a way for no reason. It's just there's a lot of changes that got to go with this. And then, like I said, and there's the unique factor. How many other people got 25-foot races going on? Like honestly, like I'm the only one with a 25-foot track as far as I know. So I don't know. And like I said, I don't know, bro. Like I said, there's so much to think about, talk about, and do. But I sat here and I've had my butt for so long, and finally I just took that down today. I'm like, I'm sitting in here, I gotta do it, and now it's gonna drive me insane having that like that. And like I said, bro, I don't know if you can see. I'm gonna come over here. I did this. I got all these electronic pieces and stuff now that I'm a tinkerer. I don't know anything about any of this, but this is my tinkering box. Like, there's all my connectors there. But, like, some of those boxes back there, those were all filled with, like, lights, like street lights and LEDs. I got LEDs. I 3D printed this. I designed it in 3D printer, bro. And like I said, I'm ready to do some more lighting and LEDs and stuff. But like this, I designed this Christmas tree, and I got these mini LEDs. Do you know how these are like the wires that I gotta feed through here and come down and then come into this, and this is gonna be a lighting controller, but I don't know how to do the rest and the coding and the programming. So all this one's gonna do is cycle through it. So it's not gonna be an active working Christmas tree. But yeah, 3D printed that. It's 3-piece or 2-piece right there, and then there's gonna be a cover that covers all that. But like I said, that's my favorite part of the hobby is building tracks. Oh, and then like all the 3D, like I said, that building I did over there, that garage, I did one for Keith. I've done a couple, and they're getting better. But now I got these lights. Like I was putting lights in them, but they were kind of hard to build. Then I found these where they're just a disc with like five LEDs on them like that. So now I can put that with just one thing and a USB and a clicker sticking out of it, 5-volt, just like all the real pros do. So I enjoy all this shit, bro. I really do. But the racing part's just as fun, and that's just it. Like Gravity Throttle, he's not bad. He's not bad. He's pretty quick, but you can't put that much time into your videos and put that much time into your racing. You can't do both. I can't. I sure as fuck can't, and not be good. Tim did a pretty good job of it, but Tim was only putting on a race every once in a while. I'm talking about those guys that are doing it consistently over and over. Like Craigster, like all the events he's got going out. I mean, he's got some time, so it ain't so bad. He's spacing his out pretty good. But those guys that are putting all that effort and time, like Nick Edmondson and all them guys, putting all that time and effort into those videos, your cars are, you just you can't put 150% into both of those efforts. I can't. Maybe you guys can. If you disagree with me, you can tell me. But I don't know. This is my friggin' bro. I got so many projects, bro. There's so much that I work on. I hate showing you that mess, but that's because as soon as I put it away, each one of those things that I'm working on gets pulled back out, and I use it. I use it every day. Everything that's over there, I use, or I will need. I will. So there's this mantra that I have to say in my head sometimes. Don't put it down, put it away. But then I tell myself to shut the hell up. See? Well, that's probably true, Tim. I'm telling you, hosting takes away from your ability to build. So you have to make a conscious decision what you want to focus on. And that's kind of where I was. Like I was trying to get into races, but then the time, like I said, man, my son has basketball. We're in two different leagues, and we were in three, and two of them are traveling. So and he's I love him, but he's not all that good. He's getting better, but he's not all that good. There's a lot of money, and you got to dedicate. If you're going to put that much money into it, you got to put that much time in. You got to devote your time to it, and it just takes up 9 more of this. He's my last kid. Got 3 of them out of the house. He's the last one. The baby gets all the attention because I was poor for the other 3. Now I actually make a decent living. And then Tim, I don't know how. And well, you know what? I'm disappointed in all you people from up north this winter. You had nothing better to do in all that snow and shit than host races. Host races. And then you know what? Let us southern guys take care of the summer months, I guess. Or spring and fall because it's too hot to do it outside. But damn, you guys can't go anywhere else. Build yourselves tracks in your little apartments and in your houses while you're huddled up, loving each other. And get everybody into it. Make your wife build cars, you lazy sons of bitches. But put on some races. Stuck inside. Host with where were your? I was, bro. That's probably when I was sucking. No, that's not true, bro. That's not true. I sent you a halfway decent Carmen Gia or whatever this was. I sent you that, and I sent you. Is it right here? I think. No, that one, that one. And I sent you the Bone Shaker with my pride and joy, probably the fastest thing I've built in 3 years. What did you raise last time, Tim? Yeah, and like I said, I don't get into everything. I don't get everything. Christmas race and a BS roll. I don't know. And like I said, bro, like some of those races, like the guys put on, like I'm glad you guys get excited. It's exciting to know you guys are doing it. But like that bus race, I ain't doing no fucking bus race. And I don't put that money into the stocks, bro. I don't put no money into stocks like you guys do. Um, and then like I said, that's got to be scary for you guys sending your shit out to people and hoping that you get them back. Man, that's got to be. I know how much money you guys got in that, and that scares the shit out of me. Ah, holy smokes! But basically, somebody has to put on like a noodle head race, right? Like at a neutral. Like I should probably do it. Oh, I know that. I know that, Tim. I kind of brought that up as a point. I did. Oh, I did 3D print bases. I know Milestone has too. I probably printed no less than 452 bases for that donk race just to have them to go slow. But to put the car, yeah, see? Here's a couple one of my iterations. This one was for the Crown Vic. The Crown Vic I sent. But yeah, I probably look, bro. Here's all sorts of different designs. This design was done. You know why I did it this way? Because that design right there, see that little channel right there? That was wide enough to hold 2 at the base, 2 of the 5-gram tungsten cubes, and 3 more above that. But it's kind of pointless to do all that because it was 50 grams and it was like 1.5 cubes. The car's way there was only a 50-gram race, so I basically did all that for nothing. So I streamlined it like this one. This one went to a Firebird I sent up there. See, but it was so high, I lowered it. So that's like 3/8, like 3/8 of an inch stance. So I shortened it to like 1/8 of an inch and cut the wheel wells out of it because it was slower and shit. So yeah, like I said, I build, and like I said, I don't know. I want to represent. It sucks showing up like that race at Races and Fun where I went out like the first round. That embarrassed the living dog shit out of me. Like, how do you get knocked out in the first and you're supposed to be like good? Like, I don't mind losing, but getting knocked out first fucking round, like, son of a bitch. That's like a taint on the name. Taint is the right word. That's a good word for it. Taint. And like I said, I mean, like, bro, I would love for all the old OGs, like, to get back into it. Like, League of Speed, bro, I never got to race. I want to race him. Voxer's back in it. I'd like to. I try reaching out to him. And you know what? That's something else. You guys, Keith has the right idea, but I think we need to do it in a grander scale. And maybe I'll do that one day. I want to set up like a long track, like kind of like what I got. And I'm gonna need Don's help, or maybe the guy from Spoolheads or whatever. I mean, I don't mind paying for timers, but you know, if it's not gonna last long, I don't want to spend like thousands. I've looked at a couple of those timers, and I don't want to spend thousands on the timers. Uh, Hundreds is okay, but then you got to build the track to make it work with the timer, and that's really hard. But I want to do it like 6 lanes, and I would think because of my name or our name here at Low Country Diecast Racing League, Keith and I think our standing is pretty good, except for the fact I tell people in Australia I sent their cars on to somebody and I didn't. But anyway, I think our standing's pretty friggin' good. When we say we're gonna put on a race, we put on a race. It's always fair, and like I had to, I could try to skew results so I don't have to ship a 3.5 foot fucking long tall trophy to Australia because somebody wins a race. But sometimes that's what you got to do. You got to take a loss. So I hope people know that we're honest. But that being said, I know what cars are fast out there, like the Noodle Heads and the Superman, and I'd like to put on a race where everybody sent their cars in, and and put on a race and show the world like a real nationals, like Keith puts on his nationals. But I want to do it like many cars at once, and you do your times, and like I do it. We'd have a fast overall time. We'd have a fast overall time for a round. And then, like I said, it is what it is. And it wouldn't have to be long. I wouldn't have to do bracket after bracket. I think that's a little unnecessary when you're doing something like that. The This round and then this round. Now, sometimes it's good. Sometimes it's good. Sometimes it's good. I agree. Sometimes the results change. But I think when you're running like 12 lanes and it's all competitive and it's all, like I said, not even on like I said, more Pinewood Derby-ish, where it's like it's built out of, like, my plan is always, that countertop stuff, that was my plan for this track too. That stuff, it's that stuff you put on countertop, you laminate, that glue, you glue down. I just need somebody to cut it for me. I just need somebody to cut it for me so that I could put and separate the lanes properly. That's all. I just need a flexible material, and I have a flexible material. I would just have to pop lines and do that, and have the start gate built for me because I'm not talented enough for that, and make the finish gate match up with it, which I don't think would be that hard either. It's just got to be spaced right and me drill the holes. But anyway, Formica, thank you very much, Larry. So that's what I want to build it out of, and make it 6 to 12 lanes wide and run the cars. Like, I don't know why. What's his face? Don't do more six scale racing. He's got all that beautiful track and doesn't race all those cars against each other. I think it's a shame. I think you could run more cars and just open it up and tell them and give good prizes, bro. Like I said, we charge $5 a car. I think that's fair. With all the money, like, we don't give shit ass trophies, bro. By the time we ship the trophies, that's probably $70 to $100 trophy by the time it gets to you. We don't laugh around. Metal trophies and 3 foot trophies and shipping and all this, and your name put on it. I rarely send out a trophy that don't have your name on it because I find out who wins and make it good. That's why I like prolonging some of the races and putting them out so I can have the trophy there with the winner and see their name on it. But I don't like effing around. I like having unique trophies and big trophies and nice trophies. And I think, and like I said, I think if we could do a big nationals where, say, send me your fastest friggin' noodle head, and you'd have to trust me with it, and then but you don't get it back. I ain't gonna send it back better than you sent it to me. So you better take care of your shit, and I'll send it back the same way. But bro, and run it. And I'd like to do it live. I would really like to do something like that live. I really, really would. That way everybody sees the results. You're not bullshitting. Thing is, that takes time because if they're all the same car, you got to tell who's in what lane. That's why that program I have is good. But like I said, that's what I'm saying. That works, but that program is kind of hard to get it to work the way I want it to. I'm not very good at it. It's not very intuitive. I'll tell you that. The only way I got it to work is by copying Don's settings that he sent to Robbie Comerford. And that's how I make it work. So it's, I don't know. I could probably, they'd probably be more than willing to help, but not destroyed, but I've had damaged cars, Larry. I mean, like some of the cars I got back. But you know what? Like the cars I got back from Australia, half of them, their weights were loose. But I mean, bro, they took beatings on that track. That was an amazing track. I think he has the right idea. I just think he's kind of screwed some people over with that rain idea. But whatever. I mean, he might have started drying them off later, but I know some of my axles came back rusted to shit. What? Okay. So yeah. So I don't know. I guess my time is up. My free time's over. I'm being called back to reality. Diecast time's over. That was what? Nearly 2 straight hours. I'll hang on for 4 more minutes and call it 2 straight hours of diecast. But yeah, Bathurst is pretty good, man. But there you go. So here we go. So there we go. We had a diecast 2 hours today, bro. Gave me something to do. Sundays are usually a good day for me. We got me and the wife and kid workout on Monday, basketball practice on Tuesday, basketball practice on Wednesday, basketball practice on Thursday, basketball no basketball practice on Thursday, basketball practice Friday, practice and game on Saturday, and now we're doing out of town tournaments too on Saturday and Sunday. It's crazy. Hey, nice to see you guys. Nice. Hey, man, I'm glad I got you on. Hey, 17 people were talking to me today. That's pretty fucking nice. Good talking to all of you. I'll probably do it again sometime, and maybe I'll show progress on the track or whatnot. Take it easy, guys. Until next time, this is Thomas Filipiak, FPD Racing, part of the Low Country Diecast Racing League, signing out. And we'll see you, maybe, at some races.